Welcome to 715 Gaming. Today I would like to share my thoughts on the Battlefield 1 Beta. I will give you my thoughts on the visuals, audio, mechanics, rush, and conquest modes. Starting off with visuals, the updated Frostbite engine proves to be a big step up from Battlefield 4, as should be expected. With 3 years between the launch of Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1, all of us should expect something better, but this jump in visuals just really shows off how outdated Battlefield 4 actually is. Everything visual in Battlefield 1 feels right. Bright sunny days feel, well, bright and sunny. While when a sandstorm kicks up, you will feel like checking your drawers for debris after it blows through. The only minor gripe I had was all the crap in your default HUD, but you can take care of that yourself in the settings and customize it to your liking. On to audio. The Battlefield franchise has always had great audio, and Battlefield 1 is no slouch. From the sound of brass being ejected from the action to a round striking a rock, sand, or even yourself, the audio of Battlefield 1 is spot on. Right around the time of E3, we started hearing complaints about the female announcer voice. Not because it was female, but because it just didn't fit the setting. Developers decided to include a male voice option to switch to. Me, personally, I didn't care for either of them. In Conquest, it was like a drunk chick at the bar that never shuts up, and in Rush, I was too focused to even pay attention to anything but the action. Overall, the audio is great. Mechanics. This is where we start to get into a bit of a trouble during the beta. There were multiple times I would get stuck trying to climb a rock or a certain ledge in the map that the character should have no problem getting over. I'm not talking about something we are not supposed to get to, but just a random ledge in the middle of the map. The third set of telegraphs in Rush mode, the A telegraph, there was a ledge with a fence next to it, and there were times where I couldn't climb it. This is also the F flag in Conquest mode. We have seen bugs like this in other Battlefield titles, and some of us have just gotten used to them. Also, as many people have mentioned before, the hitbox for the sword while riding a horse is crazy huge. I don't know if this is intentional or just something overlooked. Almost everything else feels great. Destruction is back and amazing. I will never forget hiding from a tank in Conquest at the E flag, in the building with the anti-air gun on top, you know the one. I spent 10 minutes in that building. I got 9 kills while cowering from a tank, and they blew the shit out of that building. When I respawned at E after dying and saw the rubble of what had been my temporary shelter, I was excited to see destruction back in Battlefield. Animations for melee weapons feel good, sometimes a little too good. The bayonet charge works. It has its problems, but it works. The bayonet charge also worked well for getting to cover quickly, although if you didn't time it well, you would end up out of stamina, unable to run, in the wide open, and screwed. As far as first-person shooters go, DICE and EA have those mechanics down. Everything from bullet drop to damage versus distance output feels great. Rush mode. Me and many others feel Rush mode has some tweaking needed. First off, 12v12 is just not doing it. Maybe this will change upon release, but during the beta there are times where 12 guys defending or attacking was just not enough to fill lanes. To top off the 24-player Rush gripe, it really sucks being the 11th or 12th player on a team and being forced to work alone or with someone who doesn't have or use a microphone. Telegraph placements in Rush seemed well thought out. There were times where you had so many lanes to attack from or defend, and there were times where there were 24 players shooting down a hallway at one another. Still too many tanks for Rush mode. Maybe if there were more players, it would feel better balanced. On to Conquest mode. For those of you that played Conquest with a time limit, you will know the frustrating feeling of matches ending early. DICE went on to remove the timer later in the week and allowed matches to get from around a 170-point win to a full 250-point win. The tickets are also gone in an attempt to get people to play the objective. The removal of tickets, however, did almost nothing to prevent players from sitting on the edge of maps trying to get long-range sniper kills. In my opinion, there is nothing you can do to get people to play the objective. You could take away all the rifles and give everyone the M1911, and there would be players still sitting along the edge of maps trying to get long-range handgun kills in Conquest. The change in Conquest mechanics means medics don't need to carry a revive, and almost eliminates the need for the medic class. On the other hand, when you do win and you are playing the objectives, you are rewarded with a ton of points and a great round score. Conquest will never be right or wrong. There will be players that like the old way and players that like the new way, and no matter what DICE does to the mode, it will always be a split opinion. At the halfway point through Conquest match, a train would be available to the team with the lowest points. The train would be able to capture points A, D, and G with ease, and is difficult to take down. I feel like this was a great addition, allowing a team that is getting blown out a last chance to get their shit together. However, if the winning team really worked well together, the train would have barely any effect on the score of the game. Tanks and planes feel well balanced in Conquest mode. While tanks can really hold a point in Conquest, it takes 3 to 6 players in one to make it a true lethal force. Limited visibility for the driver alone make it vulnerable from the other 3 sides, letting 2 to 3 players take one down with ease. Planes. What to say about planes? I actually had fun while using the planes. Scott and I used planes for about an hour and a half. He flew and bombed, I fired away at anything moving. Calling out and marking enemy planes and ground targets was incredibly satisfying and immersive. With great communication, any team of 2 can get into a plane and dominate the skies. In conclusion, the Battlefield 1 beta was overall successful. Besides the DDoS attack early in the beta, I didn't really have connection issues. DICE and EA performed a stress test on the servers later on during the beta, and I still never really had any issues. Each game mode has things that can be tweaked here and there, but like I said before, they will never have either Rush or Conquest perfect for everyone. There are a few features that are missing or just not active, like a spawn camera so you can see where you're spawning into, or even just a spawn countdown. Everything that seemed wrong or not finished could quite possibly be addressed already. So does the game work? Yes. Is this a Battlefield game? Yes. Are there bugs? Of course there are bugs. Will I be buying Battlefield 1? Yes. If you have any questions you would like me to answer, please comment below. For more Battlefield 1, make sure you subscribe and follow us on Twitter. And until next time, game on.